Hello everyone, Philip Wigginton here, continuing a couple of videos related to the process I go through to record my music videos. I hope they are helpful to you, or at the very least interesting. And I am the world's best poppy. This video is about how I go about setting up the office here to be a place where I can record. We'll talk about lighting. We'll talk about balancing between the guitar and vocal, the software that I use, and things related primarily to sound, but also getting into the video portion as well. My son-in-law Aaron, who's in the video production business, he gave me some good advice, and that was to have everything set up that can be set up so that when it comes time to record, you don't have the entire process to go through, getting things adjusted and so on. Before that, I was spending several hours getting out all the equipment, getting things set up, getting things pointed in the right direction, the right balance, the right chords plugged in, all those things. It would take me several hours to ultimately produce a video. But since he gave me that advice, I've been able to keep primarily the lighting set up so that all I have to do is turn it on. I have the camera set to the settings that I want so that I don't have to do that. I have a template in my software with a vocal and guitar track already set with the right presets and all those things, so it's really made the process go a lot faster. I'm able to do a video in just a couple of hours, and so many thanks to Aaron for that. One of the things I want to talk about also is the camera that I use, and try to figure out, okay, how do I do this and take the shot as well. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you about it. Initially, I was using, I mentioned the zoom camera in a previous video. I then progressed to another Canon video, a T6, and it has another name, but it just really wasn't a quality enough camera to get good video on for a YouTube video. So I investigated, and I saw mentioned several times in various YouTube videos the Canon M50. So I purchased a Canon M50. That's what I'm taking this current shot with. And ultimately, I used the lens that came with it, which is a EFM 15 to 45 millimeter lens. And it has everything that I need. I'm able to zoom in and out to a certain degree and able to focus. It has 4K capability. As well as autofocus and other things. So one of the things that Aaron taught me also was to make the videos in 4K, even though ultimately you might not upload that large size video to YouTube. And the reason being is when I get into the final video editing and production process, I might zoom in on the shot that I've taken, zoom out, do various things like that. And by using 4K at the beginning, I have a quality that does not degrade when I do those zoom in shots and those kind of things in the final production. And then I actually render the final video in 1080p, and it has the quality needed for a high definition YouTube video. So let's get into the setup portion. After I've chosen a song, first thing I do is I play the song on each of the guitars that I have, determine which one is the best one to give the sound for that particular song. Once I've rehearsed the song and I feel like I'm ready to record, I set up for a sound check, basically, where I set up the microphones. You notice they're both on the same stand. I set them up, plug into the USB computer interface, There's Charlie and Lucy. And first thing I want to do is make sure I got good balance between the vocal and guitar. Use PreSonus Studio One, version 5.0 currently. Sorry that this is not a very good shot of that, but basically I have a template that already has certain presets for both a vocal and a guitar track set up, so that way it makes it a lot easier to get started. There's plenty of YouTube videos that would do a lot better job teaching someone how to use Studio One than what I could do. It is a powerful program with many features, of which I use just a sampling of those capabilities. So, but anyway, the USB audio box is plugged into the computer, and I choose that as my audio input and output with 2 channels. I have the vocal going into input 1, the guitar going into input 2, and just try to set those at a good balance so I get a good sound. Once I have the track set up in Studio One, I'm ready to listen to the balance that I have set up through the earphones that I have plugged into the USB Audio Box 96. So I'll play a little bit of the song and sing through it as I would as if I were recording. But the earphones allow me to hear not only what is coming through the microphones, but what the playback of those tracks will sound like with the presets that I have in Studio One. I'll make any adjustments that I might need. I make sure that there's not any clipping taking place. There's some little red lights on the USB 96 that will let me know if there's any clipping taking place. So I try to tune the volume down on either the vocal or the guitar to make sure that clipping goes away, because that will definitely cause issues with the sound later in the production. Now that the audio balance is ready to go, I turn my attention to the video portion, the primary focus being on lighting. So I have 3 Neewer model studio lights with stands that I set up in a 3-point location, and they provide great lighting for the video. For the video portion, I have a tripod that I set up on my desk, just that. Adapter cord that I run from the camera to this monitor that allows me to see that I'm focused good on the camera, as well as being positioned myself in a good place within the shot, as well as the guitar, trying not to cut off any portion of the guitar, cutting off my top of my head, things like that. So that's very helpful. Well, I hope these couple of videos that I've done have been interesting and maybe helpful for you. They've certainly been fun for me to do. So I thank you for watching, and I'd love for you to subscribe and to like this video and others on my channel. It's been a fun hobby, and I certainly enjoy it. Thanks again for watching.